Hello, welcome back. This is LPGrodus here with my Let's Play of Bayonetta to the PlayStation 3. In the last episode we completed chapters 15, and in this episode we shall continue onwards with the next chapter, which is chapter 16, the Lumen Sage. And we have the ice skating. And if I remember correctly, this episode, or rather this chapter, is a boss fight only. Which should be the last boss in the game. Perhaps. At least as far as I can remember, it is.
What follows those living in the light is nothing
but yeah, also we were looking for Sarcita, but we never found her. But this is where she is at the Lumen Sage, sitting up upon his tower, watching over the world. Or rather looking at, looking down on the world, so to say. And I have no idea why Sarcita have lipstick. She's just a child after all. While Bayonetta does not have any lipstick, as far as I've seen.
You've arrived, my dear, sweet Cereza.
Okay.
My, why the grim face, my dear?
Yeah, this is quite weird, that actually.
Your smile was warm.
Very awkward situation.
So, you are the last of the Lumen.
Oh, the very last day.
I am indeed.
Alright. I had completely forgotten that they are actually
But if you so
the polar opposite of the witches. They are not in fact angels, but
there is much you have forgotten.
they're not angels, but they're not human either.
500 years since we last met.
Okay, so they've actually met then, you say?
Still intact.
I guess that's alright.
This would have been a much more.
I do know who he is and all that, but you'll see. You'll see indeed.
How did you get the girl?
Easy, he snatched her. What else?
Where shall I begin?
How else would why else would he get her?
We, the Lumen Sages, and your.
Well, it's kinda interesting. There are only one Lumen Sage left, and there are only 2 witches left. Basically means there are 2 witches left, then they have the advantages then, and then. Oh well. But yeah, he's just explaining the whole deal here about how the world worked. I'm pretty sure the game have gone through it already.
You are the left eye of the eyes of the world.
So yeah, he's just talking about the left eye and the right eye. In case we remember this throughout the game, which I didn't. In fact, I have barely thought a second about it during the time we played this game. But if you, the viewers, have been thinking about the left eye and the right eye and Jewel and all that, please tell me if you have or not. It would be quite interesting to see or not, if more than I have not paid attention to it, or if people actually have paid attention to it. And it looks like Sarcita have fallen asleep.
Your battles, your struggles, everything you've experienced in this town has been a stepping stone for your.
Oh, so that's why we had to encounter the same bosses over and over again.
It has all
Fair enough.
for the left eye.
So I'm guessing this is just to strengthen the left eye.
I won't ask again. Where did you get the girl?
Oh,
Your question.
so here goes the plot twist.
All this has been done to awaken the left eye.
Or not. Can actually not remember this quite fully, but hey,
You had to see yourself.
I guess we'll see. This is a boss fight, by the way. And as far as we are concerned, this is the final boss fight of the game.
Salvation. Such a curious.
Yeah, it is.
I mark the path to salvation with light. However, no matter how brilliant that light grows, the darkness within the human heart grows even darker.
Okay, fair enough.
Light, dark, and chaos between. Three realities, once split, shall be brought
So,
together to
yeah,
create
it's just a basic, oh, I want to restart the whole thing and create a new universe in my own image, blah blah blah. It's kind of sad how many games are doing like this nowadays.
spurring on the witch hunts. However, despite the people's
Both this game and Final Fantasy 13 did this,
the left
and that's why I don't really care that much about the story in this game, because it is quite weak compared to other games for sure. But then again, how many hack and slash games do in fact have a great story and strong story? Not many, I tell you. Not many indeed. And look at that, yet another flashback. Just because we need more flashbacks. Haven't had enough of those throughout the game.
This nightmare, Father.
Well, if it isn't Luca dragging out this cutscene even further.
Great speech, big
But
guy.
he actually have an importance in this cutscene, and you shall see it. You shall see it soon, actually.
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, aren't we, Mr. Big Shot Ithaval Executive? Salvation. Life.
Yeah, you do the good thing and confront him on it, Luca. I'm pretty sure it will have a decent effect. This.
Of the mouth, if you ask me. History is littered with famous genocidal figures. Just
Yes, he's actually correct about it.
or should I say, infamous genocidal figures.
Yeah, it has definitely been more of those.
Journalist extraordinary.
Oh, at least he knows of Luca. I guess that's a victory for you, Luca.
I'm truly impressed you've made it this far, child. Like father, like son, I suppose.
Well, look at that.
Luca. Your father had...
Okay, so he got a dead peacock on his back, or am I seeing this right or wrong? Yeah, that's definitely a white peacock. Great going there. Great going indeed, father. Or whatever your name is.
Being kind enough to ascertain that my long-lost eraser was at the bottom of some lake.
Okay.
I granted him his final wish and accepted his permanent.
So it was he who killed Luca's father. It was kind of obvious in the long run. We've actually seen it all this time. And now he remembers back. Watching this whole thing.
You are of no use to me. However, I am not without dignity.
So how will Luca die, I wonder?
I will allow him to die in the same
Okay, apparently he's going to die in the same way as his father. Oh, I guess that's alright. But now Bayonetta is to the rescue. Unfortunately too late, because she misses his hand and out the window he goes. So, there ends the life of Luca and Bayonetta is left alone.
I guess my plan has gone right out the window.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad joke.
Such a shame that sacrifice had to be made.
Yeah.
But if destiny is not fulfilled soon, this tragedy will be repeated ad nauseum.
So, is it time for us to fight now,
Speaking of
perhaps?
tragedy, I suppose
Yes, I have met her. You don't have to drag this out. This is not Metal Gear Solid. For crying out loud.
Trouble after falling into our hands. She's been incredibly useful. Although her distinct lack of obedience.
This is just dragged out now.
Mental reprogramming.
So, can we please fight against him and call it a day? Please?
Led you directly to me.
Pretty please?
The time for awakening the left eye is soon.
Is that so?
Fear not, my dear, sweet Cereza.
So, can we please fight now? Yeah, he stops the bullets. He also has his own witch time. And he's a pretty powerful foe, I can tell you that. It's a quite interesting boss fight to the very least. Unfortunately, I believe this episode will, or rather this chapter will have to be cut in at least 2 parts. Due to the cutscenes.
Cereza, we are one, my child.
That is pretty creepy. You're a creepy dude. Absorbing a child like that. Kinda like child molesting in a way, if you think about it. And look at that, his giant orb was destroyed. And we're now falling down on the platform. And this is where we have to fight him, and Cereza is stuck in his chest. So who is this anyway? This is Father Balder, the Lumen Sage. So finally we're about to fight him. After 10 minutes, 11 minutes of cutscenes. And of course, by Bayonetta fashion, we are thrown into a battle right away, or attack right away. So, as you can see, his health bar is at least not very tall. So we have that advantage. But he have several forms, so don't think this is this easy. The developers just made it look like it was easy for you. But in reality it's very not so easy. Now, to a given, this is not a very hard boss fight either, but it's definitely not as short as it's making it believing it is. And this should do the trick. Of course I get hit instead. But I do have plenty of HP, so I should make it throughout this just fine. Look at that climax already, but since he is the last boss, the climax failed. And he got his own special attacks, which is a having a satellite firing a super beam. And I seem to have failed this for a short second. Come on now, do not hit me please. That should do it. Nope, but almost. And of course I get hit. But nothing that Butterfly cannot fail. Butterfly, I mean bats. So which button do I press? Yeah, oh, square. Okay, fair enough. So square it is. I hope we don't fight an Enix. Ooh, 15,000, that's quite a nice bonus. But as you can see, he's stronger than that, so he actually destroyed his hairy beast. How sad it might seem, he is quite effective that way. Now we got a new life bar, which is full. Can you just come and die please? That would be wonderful, thank you. Please stop hitting me. So, come on now. You miss, thank you. Yeah, he's going to do his super attack again, but this time he's firing an entire building at us. I guess that's kinda impressive in a way.